I would like to ask you 2 or 3 questions. The items deposited in Walter Jones's safe clearly indicate that had he not been murdered, the marriage with you would have taken place, and the heirs would all have been deprived of the estate. This sordid letter from Isabella to her son Marco gives him a solid motive to kill Walter Jones.
I do not like flying in the sky, but I am even more scared of the sea. The flying balloon will save us, Jack Norm.
The items deposited in Walter Jones' safe clearly indicate that had he not been murdered, the marriage with Baina would have taken place and the heirs would all have been deprived of the estate.
The death of old Jones is not a good deal for me, Jack Norm. Baina and Walter Jones were to have married in the chapel of the tower. Walter Jones called it the Chapel of Anna Jones. It is a very secret place. Now, Walter Jones is dead, and no one else can go into the chapel. Yes, this is really a bad situation. I had ordered flowers and sheets for the altar. I had also invited my friends, as well as a shaman, for the ceremony. It was a marriage that would have settled everything properly, Jack Norm. Now everyone is going to lose a lot of money.
Where is this chapel you're talking about?
It is hidden in Jones's tower, near his suite, I think. But only Jones himself knew how to get in.
This sordid letter from Isabella to her son Marco gives him a solid motive to kill Walter Jones.
Old Jones was the most evil man I ever knew in my life, Jack Norm. He hurt a lot of people around him. He was full of poison, and he is dead from his poison. Baina also suffered a lot because of him. And if Marco killed old Jones, then that is a good thing, and I say he was right.
I thank you for your help.
Well, well, Inspector.
This sordid letter from Isabella to her son Marco gives him a solid motive to kill Walter Jones.
I'm not really surprised to know of this horror. I understand better why Marco was the only one who interested the old man Jones. His son, born from the rape of his own daughter-in-law. What a monster. But in my view, Marco is a weakling, Inspector. I don't think he has the guts to avenge his mother. In fact, I'm trying to say that from my point of view, he doesn't exactly come across as one out to uphold the law, Inspector.
I understand. I just have some questions to ask you. What can you tell me about your father and the conditions under which he died? And also, I'd love to know more about the relationship he had with your grandfather.
Sonia, Marco, and I, all 3 of us, think that it's our grandfather who killed our father. He really made my father suffer to death. My father was a good guy, but after Mom's death, he carried on as he could. He started drinking, but really drinking a lot, you know? And so, my grandfather didn't want to hear about him anymore. But then my father slowly started making it back. He restarted his music class, and he started caring for the 3 of us. He continued to drink a little, but he pulled himself together. You know what I mean, man?
This sordid letter from Isabella to her son Marco gives him a solid motive to kill Walter Jones.
But I don't understand. Why did Marco hide this from us? This is really monstrous. Plus, it concerns all 3 of us. Marco, Sonia, and me. Well, Walter Jones, my bastard of a grandfather, got what he deserved. He murdered my parents. Do you realize?
In the absence of a will, this letter from Edward Jones to his wife Isabella makes Marco the principal heir of the Jones empire.
Marco betrayed me. He betrayed all of us, in fact. But the death of my jerk of a grandfather puts us on a level playing field. Sonia and I are in a good position to walk off with a part of the estate, don't you think? It's nuts. Money. Always money. It really does make the world go round. And it totally rotted our family.
Why did Walter Jones keep this compromising press cutting?
Seeing what we know of my grandfather, nothing is surprising anymore, is it? They could very well have given the order to have my father killed.
Surely. Noland was going to reveal something to me yesterday evening, and he committed suicide. My number one suspect is slipping from my fingers, as if by chance.
Hubert, it's me, Lorenzo. I absolutely have to speak to you. Hubert? Hubert, is everything okay? What the? Oh my God! All this blood! Oh, how horrible! Listen to me, everyone. Hubert de Noland is dead. He committed suicide, I think. I just found him with his gun in his hand. There was blood everywhere. This is totally insane.
What a horror, my God.
He committed suicide. Are you sure?
Old Jones dead. Noland dead. Madness has descended on the tower of Old Jones.
What are you saying? Hubert de Noland? It's not possible.
A bullet always leaves traces of powder on the skin around its entry point. No trace of fingerprints on this weapon. Not a trace on the trigger. The murderer might have worn gloves. There's already been one murder. I'm not going to leave this gun within the reach of all and sundry.